Hey y'all! And welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all! It's Misty.
It's Ani.
And today, we are watching
something that I've wanted to watch for a while because of just how bad it is.
One of the worst movies of all time. No offense to anyone who was in the movie or who wrote the movie. If you've seen it, you can't not agree with me. We're going to watch VelociPastor. And yes, that is a pastor who turns into a velociraptor. I guess if you were to think about it, just like a literal title, you would think that a raptor becomes a pastor. And I'm sorry to disappoint you in that regard, but it is the other way around.
It is a pastor that gets turned into a velociraptor.
Yes, and this movie is like an hour, a little over an hour. It does feel like it's about 5 or 6 hours long. It's not, I promise, but like just the sheer amount of information that you are going to hear us talk about, you are going to think we just watched a television series and not just like a movie.
One single movie.
Like an hour-long single movie, because just the sheer amount of shit that's gonna just keep happening is just like, from what I recall, the first part of the movie, like the first third of the movie, is pretty slow, but then it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder from there. So, but yeah, I think Ani's wanted to see this one for a long time since I told her about it. So it's a recent movie too. It's not like it's an old movie. It's not like it's one of those weird old movies or whatever. I think it's from like 2019 or something, 2017, 2019. Like, it's a pretty recent movie, all things considered. So, yeah, you guys are in for this should have been a parody episode we did like a couple of months ago. Like, this
is our parody for Jurassic July.
Yeah, this is like, we watched Jurassic Park and now we're watching the parody.
The parody version. The Christian parody version.
Exactly. So, but you guys are in for a ride. Man, you guys are just in for just a whole ass ride. So
I'm so excited. So ready.
Oh yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, we are into our Jurassic July theme, and so we've got some very like jungle and like paleontology and archaeology things going on to pair with our Jungle June that we did, where we did a lot of like archaeology movies and stuff like that. And so yeah, we tried to make this summer a little more interesting and a little more fun by kind of theming it up a little bit. Later this month,
I have fun with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Later this month, you guys will see the second half of our D&D Temple run for the Temple of the Golden Goose. And I believe it might have aired already by the time it comes out. I don't know, but there'll be like a little mini like live stream where I talk about my archaeology dig on Instagram.
Yes.
And just kind of talking about my experience working for NASA and as an archaeologist, just because I thought it kind of went with the theme. And I feel like I talk about little pieces of it a lot, and like I haven't actually just like talked about it. And I recently found the papers and things that were published about it, so like I thought it might be an interesting time to go and like actually talk about it.
Sign that says do it now.
Yeah, so I'm just like, you know what? Why not make it a little interesting? And but yeah, so it'll be a little interesting, little on theme. And then at the very end of the month is my birthday.
That's right. I gotta send your box out.
So there will probably be some kind of tea time thing, because I think that's becoming a tradition with us now. We've done it for my previous birthday and then your birthday, so we'll have like birthday tea times. I have to get like a piece of cake or something like that to eat while we do it or something. So yeah.
Last year you got the that lemon dome and the matcha cake or whatever.
Yeah, I got the matcha crepe cake. Yeah. And I got something else and I don't remember what it was. I have a picture of it somewhere.
Mom devoured. I remember that.
Yeah, because I got like, I think I got
cheesecake.
Yeah, there was like a cheesecake.
Devoured.
Yeah, there's a cheesecake. There was a matcha crepe cake. And then there was like, I think 2 little things, and I don't remember what they are at this point. So, but it's from the bakery like across the street. So,
Yeah.
I haven't decided if I'll go there this time or I'll go somewhere else. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it, to be fair. But we'll find out. And so you guys got some interesting things to look forward to this month as we kind of test out having a little bit of a themed month going on rather than just for holidays and stuff like that. If you guys want to watch any of like the live stream stuff we did, because we are trying to do one every once in a while on absolutely no schedule whatsoever.
No schedule. Just check back every now and then.
No schedule, just vibes. Like you can check out our Instagram, Sorry Not Sorry Generation, and like you guys can check, like see some of like the content, the announcements, the live streams, and things like that over there. Yeah, you guys are I can't describe this movie. I can't. There's no accurate way to describe this movie for anyone. So you guys are just in for just a roller coaster of emotions, confusion.
Yeah, I'm going to assume most of it is going to be confusion.
Do you remember that video about the Japanese guy who does the yodeling with the chicken? And it's just like the ninjas and the chickens and stuff like that. And I know I sent it to you guys. It's been a while. But it's like Chicken Attack or something like that. Yeah, it's literally just called Chicken Attack. By Takeo and by Takeo. But he's a yodeler, and he does like it's really bizarre. Like it's just really, like there's a whole series involving different like animals and stuff like that. And it's anybody who's seen this video, who knows what I'm talking about, understand that this movie we're about to watch is that weird. Like it's that level of strange and weird. And I'm sending it to you just so, because I think you'll recognize the picture for it.
Okay.
But like it's the yodeler, and he has the chicken, and like somebody's breaking into his compound, and he throws the chicken, and it turns into a dude. And it's a whole thing.
Okay.
But like I watched most of this song series, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. And
Oh,
weirder. There's like an overarching plot too, which is what's bizarre.
This weird shit.
Yeah, I showed it to my mom too. She's just like, okay, the internet's full of weird shit. But
I remember this.
Yeah, but anybody who's seen like that series, it's just know that this is on par with that, with less music. Well, at least
You're
like
stop me
less
alone.
yodeling.
I am not alone. I have an army of chickens.
Just like this movie is on par with that, just with less yodeling. So, which is possibly a disappointment to some people that there's less yodeling. But yeah,
I mean,
so
who doesn't like yodeling? Please, don't
yeah,
yodel.
especially about chickens.
Yeah.
So you guys just buckle up, man, because this is gonna get fucking weird. There's no other way to put this. This is just like it immediately. It starts. It just says X-rated by an all-Christian jury, which is just
I find it hilarious.
And it starts off like in a church with a priest like giving a
talking
sermon.
about the Book of Job.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, but all right.
I understand the Book of Job is a book written by Job or about Job. I don't know.
I'm going to assume it's written by Job. I don't fucking know how the Bible works.
I'm so sorry, people, but I have not read the Bible. Pieces
I have read
as required.
I have read bits and pieces of the Bible due to like religion class growing up.
Yeah.
And Sunday school, and that's it.
I had Sunday school and stuff like that, but like, and so I've read little pieces.
Mom and Dad, why is this like a 90s commercial? Like he's a 4-year-old.
Look at that! They don't even do the effects for it. It just says
VFX car on fire.
Also, did you notice the dad looked like an off-brand version of the guy who plays Samwise Gamgee? And this guy here looks like an off-brand version of
Michael J. Fox?
No. God, I've never seen like an actual episode, but one of the people from New Girl.
I never watched New Girl.
I didn't either, and like, but that's hang on. The guy who played Winston, Max Greenfield. This guy looks like an off-brand version with brown hair of Max Greenfield. And it's so weird. Like, you don't really notice it so much when he's looking, like, straight on, but when he looks to the side, it's just like he's got that Max Greenfield profile.
He looks like an overgrown child.
Exactly. That's what parents do. They die
on you. The priest is being consoled by the other priest.
And he's just like, they just die. It's fine.
It's what parents do. It's their job in life.
He doesn't ask any questions. He just says, why? Why would God? I hate that sentence. Like the worst Everything happens for a reason.
He should play Edward in the next Twilight movie. The acting is on par.
Oh, he's starting to question his faith.
See? Edward.
It really is Edward Cullen. What would happen if Edward Cullen, instead of being bitten by Carlisle, was bitten by a raptor?
A Twilight twist. Edward comes back as not a vampire, but a velociraptor.
So this guy, this other priest, instead of telling him to, like, go to therapy, go to church, go to something, he tells him to travel to where he thinks God will not follow him.
Which is where?
In the middle of his own eyeball, I guess? Judging by that close-up. I love how then the title, like, frames on here just changed to, like, being from the 90s. Like, it has, like, music information that's on here, and it's just, like, suddenly in a 90s font.
The VelociPastor.
Oh, boy. Oh, they put copyright on this. Wow. Okay. Sure. I don't think I'd want to file that with the claims office. Whew. Oh my god, that person's last name was Voltaire. Like Voltaire. Voltaire! This really is an Edward Cullen parody. I'll never look at this movie the same way. Not that I was ever looking at it with any, like, you know, thumbs up. But, like, now I'm just
You brought Twilight back into my life, and this is what happens. It never leaves now.
It'll never leave. Now they're trying to make a TV series out of it.
I'm saying this guy should be Edward.
I don't know. He doesn't look 17. He does look uncomfortable as hell, though. Your extinction love will lead me wrong. Wow.
Extinction love.
Is he just, like, listening to this song while he's in the car? Like, is that what he's doing? Like, is he just listening?
He's not even singing or crying or emoting. He's just driving.
The lighting in the background is not the same as the lighting in the car.
He's just, like, standing in front of.
Like, the lighting that they're using to go past him is of street lights, like street lamps at night, and yet it's in the middle of the day. Yeah. So I love that. Also, wherever God will not follow is in the middle of a forest somewhere. And for somebody who's probably supposed to have been, like, hiking for days on end, he looks pretty clean. Yeah, like, he hasn't stepped foot in nature before. Where God will not follow is Florida. That's true. China.
He's in China. I'm sorry.
That's not China.
He drove to China from where?
Yeah, he never got on a plane. He drove.
Just drove
to China. China, yeah. Yeah, we got that. That's his only line in the scene. And a woman running in a karate outfit with a hat. Somebody's shooting at her with a bow and arrow.
Right. That's a lot of blood instantly. Right through the chest. What are you doing? What is
he doing? China
He's looking on a fucking compass. China is east.
He needed a compass to go to China to find out it was east. So this bleeding out woman in a martial arts, like, practice uniform is handing him some kind of tooth.
And she's saying, destroy it or they will hunt you forever. And he's like, okay, I take it. I don't know what you want me to do.
The tip of that arrow is rubber. I know, because I have practice arrows. They look just like that. That exact shape and make.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. So they handed him what looks like a tooth, like an ancient shark tooth. Oh, a ninja! Let's ignore the fact that ninja are Japanese mythology.
Oh, he cut him. How? He cut himself with a branch on the back of his shoulder and somehow cut the palm that's holding the. I'm guessing the pastor's tooth?
He's holding the weird tooth. He runs into a tree. Seems to cut, like, the back of his shoulder, but yet there's blood on the inside of his hand where the tooth is. Supposed to be implying that I guess he cut himself on the tooth, but yet he somehow falls backwards, passes out, and now is back at the church with the original priest. How does the priest know that he cut his hand on this tooth?
He just knows.
Like, how did he get all the way back here?
He drove back, Misty. He got the car that miraculously got it from wherever the fuck he is in China.
He passed out, but got in his car and he drove away from China back to the United States. Did that priest just kiss him on the cheek? He's also, this guy's having a crisis because the priest offers him food and he's like, if you're hungry, and he just stares off in space like, I am hungry. So hungry. I'm hungry, mother. Feed me, mother.
It's like, I'm hungry for meat.
Now, partially dressed, clutching his hand, falling all over himself in the street, dressed like a 60s greaser.
I have no material possessions. Please leave me alone, homeless man.
And now we're following
some
prostitute?
Yep.
Daddy-o?
Daddy-o, look at that stash.
And he slaps her. The pimp just slaps her. Frankie Mermaid?
Ew! Look at that hairline!
His name is Frankie Mermaid because he's swimming in bitches.
Merman.
No, but his last name is Mermaid.
Oh, that was Merman. He looks like, what's his name? That really famous but creepy porn star from like the 70s and 80s.
He looks like every 70s porn star.
That's true. Wow, if you stuff dicks in your mouth the way you stuff those sandwiches, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, gotta love that guy.
All right.
He's also wearing a hat that reminds me of Boy George.
Boy George.
Looks nothing like Boy George, but the hat reminds me of Boy George.
Okay. No. Repeat after me. No.
What a fabulous window treatment.
Drag becomes something. I missed it.
The title? Him.
Yeah.
The last word was him. I love how some of these commercials, like you see people typing, they're not making typing motions.
No.
Like
those are not where those keys are. I am sorry. I know where my QWERTY keyboard is.
I have finally figured out how to type decently with these nails. It took fucking forever. And like I had to write a 5-page paper the other day. It took so long for me to like type out 5 pages. I almost turned on just like voice to text because it was
doesn't Microsoft Word have like dictation?
Yeah, and I almost turned that on just because it was just starting to drive me nuts. And I'm like,
because you couldn't fucking deal with the.
Well, like I type so much faster than this, and it was driving me nuts. And I'm just like, I've figured it out, but like it's still not as fast as I would like it to be. So this guy, this pastor, is having like a werewolf moment where he's stumbling around, just covered in sweat, screaming,
and now making velociraptor noises.
Yeah, and just so he's made it from what looks like out of downtown New York, maybe, just out into the woods somewhere.
We can
just scream
because we can just drive from New York to East.
Oh, it looks like he walked, for the record,
that too.
But like, and now he has once again encountered this prostitute who's walking alone by herself in the woods, trying to smoke a lollipop, because that's what she had before.
That's a cigarette. She had a lollipop, now it's a cigarette.
And she's getting robbed.
Mugged. Your money or your life. Oh look, we found Bella. This girl is completely unfazed by anything that happens.
And no facial expressions either.
No! We have Bella, we have Edward.
Oh. This is kind of like the scene where, like, Jacob and the wolves attack Laurent. the raptor has attacked the mugger and is trying to eat him and everything, and then like there's just a chick standing there, just unfazed.
Nothing, bitch. You get the fuck away.
So wait a minute. This guy was attacked by a raptor, but he's fine. He fired his gun like 6 or 7 times, was attacked by a raptor, and just can get up. What did he throw? Is there now a second dude?
I'm sorry, but those teeth look like paper.
Oh, definitely look like paper. Oh, and just a head just bounces by her. Yeah, that's Bella Swan. Those facial expressions are just Bella Swan.
Mm-hmm. It's got Bella written all over it.
That looks like paper mache. That whole velociraptor head just looks like paper mache. Oh, and look.
Oh, it was all a dream, I'm sure.
He just wakes up in bed again because he must have magical teleportation powers that just send him to bed. Like just
send him to bed.
Of course, this doesn't look like his house unless he decorates in purple.
No, it's the girl. It's the
who must be wearing something to enhance her ass because nobody's ass comes out that far like that.
I mean,
no, like that has to be padding. Like that was anatomically not correct.
Anatomically not correct. Kim K would have to disagree.
He calls her my child. He says, "Hello, my child."
There's a book talker that I follow and I love, and this girl, I don't understand it, but this girl has a kink like a priest kink. Like she loves the smutty priest books.
Okay. Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about.
That seems like an Edward Cullen fetish.
Priest smut.
It just seems like something very Edward Cullen-esque. Like now, I paused it for just a second because like the whole vibe of this is just really creepy. First of all, he wakes up and he looks at her and she's sitting on the edge of this bed in like a kind of slutty way, but she's wearing what looks like an Amish nightgown, minus sleeves,
a very peachy
with butt implants. And she looks at him and she says, "Last night was really good." And he's just so like the face he gives is like confused in virgin. Like he's never seen a movie that wasn't, PG. He's never like read a book that was, even above PG-13, if PG-13. Like the look on his face right now that I have paused it on is just absolute shock and horror at the fact that maybe,
like, oh my god, I slept with someone?
Like maybe, my dude, you might have like done something.
Just something.
Like that is the look Edward Cullen would have if he woke up and somebody told him that he had had sex before marriage. And he's like, that can never happen again. She's like, it was just a one-time thing.
Yes. And she's like, well, that sucks.
It should have never happened at all. She's like, you murdered somebody. Oh, now he wants to know if he was bad in bed. And she says it was weird. Like, that's what you want to hear. And it happened really quickly.
Weird. You turned into a raptor, and then you turned into a human, and then it was weird, and then...
And then she says she peed herself. Really, really weird.
I'm a priest. You can never do it again. What are you talking about?
And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
And he's so naked. He stands up and he's just clutching this pillow.
He's thinking they fucking like that they fucked, and he's like, no, you ate somebody.
It's like, my dude, do you not remember turning into a dinosaur and eating somebody? Because she's like, that's what I was talking about. She's like, you weird little pasty pale virgin. I did not touch you. You cannot afford me.
He really can't. Dinosaurs never existed because you're a fucking priest.
He thinks dinosaurs aren't real. He thinks dinosaurs aren't real. This is one of these weirdos that thinks the Earth is only 3,000 years old.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, and he has to wear her dress to go back out to the crime scene. Instead of just giving her a couple of bucks to go purchase him some pants, he puts on her. So he doesn't believe in dinosaurs, but he's cool with dressing like a woman.
Yeah, he's cool with that.
And so now she's taken him back to like the murder scene, where I guess she buried the bodies?
I don't want to be arrested. That looks horrible on him. That fucking orange dress. That's basically a shirt on him.
She's pre-med law. Is that a thing? Can you be pre-med law?
Yes, I believe so. Stop! He called her a Jezebel!
Like, he's really angry at her for being a hooker. It's just, okay.
Yeah, she's got a point. This is you guys talk about being priests, about helping people. It's like, you could very well actually do that this time, and he's just Jezebel.
She's trying to convince him to go around turning into a velociraptor, killing people.
This is giving me Boondock Saints vibes, because the Boondock Saints you haven't seen, I don't think. We'll have to watch it. It's these two brothers decide that they're just going to start killing all the mafia dons and whatnot in Boston.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And they're devout Catholic boys, and they're just like, no, we're gonna get rid of the bad men.
She said there's a surprisingly little demand for hooker doctor lawyers. I don't know what that means, because I don't know what a hooker doctor lawyer is.
Like a doctor and a lawyer that specializes in hookers for clients?
We'll go with that. It makes more sense than velociraptor. See, he changed clothes. He suddenly just has his priest dress again.
You're late for confession. And then now he has to go deal with someone who's coming for confession.
Oh, and the pimp is confessing.
Yeah, the pimp is the one there.
Padre? Why does he call him Padre?
Usually that's what they call them.
And he's
we got a lot of
smoking
ground to
in the
cover.
confessional.
My son.
Frankie Mermaid smokes where he wants because his life is on fire.
Is
that supposed to be a brag? My life's on fire, so I'm just going to smoke where I want. He stole candy from a baby and then threw the baby in a river. He does people. Drugs, sells drugs, murders people, steals candy from babies.
I have bosses. I kill people when my bosses tell me to kill somebody. All right.
Oh, and the pimp is the one who killed his mom and dad.
We didn't see the blood everywhere. We just saw the words visual effects.
Oh, and they're giving us a flashback with Frankie Mermaid just in the background, crouching like Bowser, like the Bowser where he's like shaking his hands and stuff like that. And
I thought he was like masturbating to it because I just saw the hand shaking. I'm like, okay. Also, the priest his eye twitch is so bad.
The priest, just his hand has turned into a velociraptor hand, and yet that is not anatomically how velociraptor hands look. Like in the Spider-Man universe, there's that doctor that turns into a crocodile. It reminds me more of that. Are you liking the effects of like the guy dying, the mermaid?
I mean, I'm trying to like, was that cut on fire? Like, was it smoldering?
I don't think so. I think it was just really bad special effects makeup.
Okay, so I'm like, his velociraptor claw can cauterize wounds?
Velociraptor horror, like, magic priest?
Yeah, we'll go with all that. I saw you looking smug. Hi. You can see the dog now.
Puppy dog. Pupperoonie. Good
Bye.
pupper. We're back at the hooker's house now.
Important side character. Are you alone? Hi. Now
okay, so now he's on board.
People.
He's on board with the murder, which is real fast. We'll make a plan, she says.
Rules. Again, this is giving Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
It's like, we murder, but we only murder bad guys.
And his biggest concern is whether or not he can still be a priest while he's a velociraptor murdering people.
Sure, why not?
This guy looks so unhinged. Just so unhinged.
How would you deal with turning into a fucking velociraptor?
I like how she says, I don't know much about God, and he says, I don't know much about dinosaurs.
Cool. Ew!
And like, I think I would handle turning into a velociraptor in a lot of ways. Just deciding to go around murdering people, probably not one of them. I would probably hide it because I wouldn't want to inspire the events of Jurassic Park to start occurring. But like at the same time, just don't think I'd go around just murdering people. Oh, and now he's telling her, it's like, I murdered your pimp, I'm sorry. And she's just like,
she
yay!
Just hugs him. She's like, thank you!
And he's never had a hug by a woman before, by the looks of it. So.
I don't think he's ever been touched by a woman before. I mean...
I definitely think you are correct.
Oh, are you aroused now, priest, because of that hug?
It's like, we'll only hurt bad people.
Now kiss.
And now they're just staring at each other. Oh, they high-fived.
I didn't
They
see that coming.
high-fived.
I fucking thought he was gonna slap each other.
And now
My little
there's a
Arceus just
montage
set
of
my
them.
head on fire is the song
There's
lyric.
just this weird montage of them spending time together now, just doing weird things. Why is she dressed like it's the 70s?
He
Why is
only
he
knows
dressed
how to
like it's
dress
the
like a
70s?
whore.
Why is he wearing such small shorts?
I was gonna say, why is he wearing?
He's
That looks like
that's not
70s.
an angle anybody needed to see from him.
That looks like a 70s workout with the shorts and the wife beater.
Yeah, and like the greaser hair. Just okay. Oh, and there's a montage of like him eating people.
He was eating a guy's leg.
Don't you love the paper mache velociraptor head though? Like, is it because it goes around?
With just a picture of Jesus behind him going, yes, I approve of this.
She starts going to the church in the most
breathtaking mass.
just slutty way possible. Oh, he put his arm around her. He looks like he's in so much pain.
He's about to burst out of his pants because, like, he touched her and she, like, cuddled towards him.
Yeah, like, he has his hand on her shoulder and just, like, you'd think that was just the smuttiest thing that's ever happened to him. Look, the ninjas are back.
Why is there a white guy amongst the ninjas?
Just some random white dude, just one of the ninjas.
He's whiter than white. He's got the blonde hair. Oh, I'm glad he responded in English and not trying to butcher his Chinese.
Yeah. Don't
your
speak
Christian
of my
is your
Christian.
son, or
like he just he doesn't elaborate. He's just like, just don't speak of my Christian here.
What does that mean?
I don't know. They're going to take care of the dragon warrior.
I'm guessing
they know
a
velociraptor is not a dragon, right?
It's a dragon from olden days.
Did you hear that laughing though? The ha 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 ha. Like the Count from Sesame Street's laugh sounds more real than this. It's just ha 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 ha, and they just keep doing it, just over and over again. I'm not sure that sign is actually written in Chinese.
What do you think it's written in? Korean?
No, it's not Korean. It just, some of the lettering looks more Japanese to me than it does Chinese. But the original priest sees the other priest flirting with a girl. He does not look happy.
Not at all. Just glaring about from his stupid little glasses.
Crime, Volume 2.
That's all it says.
Yep.
Crime, Volume 2. Oh,
and
yeah.
He tries to hide crime.
Hide your giant Crime Volume 2 book behind your smaller Bible. That's not going to be conspicuous at all.
Oh, yeah.
Chronic absence. What is he? Oh, that girl shows up, and that girl has a name. It's like, we're being protective of that girl now.
It's like it's your friend and mentor.
As your friend and mentor of the church, you're gonna ask me what the hell is going on? You blaspheme.
It's like, what if I told you I was different? It's just like, yeah, I'm really getting Edward Cullen vibes off you, my dude.
And how long have you been different?
Different. A while.
How long have you been different? Did he tell him? Is that why the priest is drinking?
Yep. Yeah. Now he's driven the priest to drink. Oh, he needs an exorcism now.
Exorcism.
Like, use an exorcism to banish the dinosaur in you.
Okay.
Oh, he thinks
from God himself.
He's like, oh, the velociraptor thinks God wants people dead.
Sure. We'll go with that. God wants people dead. Oh, we're sticking up for the whore.
Oh, he's going to lock him in the room.
What is he, 12?
Also, that's an office door, right? Like, that's not a room door. That's an office door.
Just break the damn window. It's easy. You're gonna lock a grown-ass man in a room?
Also, you can tell he locked it from the outside. You can
But there's a
unlock it from
lock
the
switch
inside.
on the inside.
There's the switch thing is on the inside. Just turn it and let yourself
Turn
out
the
of your
fucking
room.
lock.
Because your room is not equipped to lock you in. That's not how normal doors work. He's like, I had parents once.
What would they say?
3 weeks ago you had parents. Are they just eating
Eggs
plain
and toast?
bread? Plain white bread.
Orange juice
Eggs.
and eggs.
Okay.
No one laughs this hard in a fucking montage. Come on.
No.
Like belly laughs. Come on. You know what he kind of also looks like?
Huh.
The priest.
Who?
He looks like a wannabe Dexter.
Yeah. Like if you took the guy who played Schmidt and like Dexter and just put them together as like an off-brand person.
Discount Edward.
Yeah.
When you can't hear the voices in your head, just follow your heart.
Just in his like little past montage of like staring at his family in his little old-fashioned sweater.
This guy is the lousiest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
I haven't met him, but he's still in that room. Fucking just get out.
He is. I was really debating whether that was a commercial or not. I wasn't sure that was going to be a commercial. Like, avert your eyes if you do dislike the sight of mayonnaise. I would have believed it was in the movie.
What are these commercials?
I don't know.
First, avert your eyes if you have an aversion to mayonnaise. And second, apparently most pads aren't strong enough and you'll feel like a fish without poise.
I don't know. I truly don't know. I wish I had an answer for that, and I don't. These commercials don't make any sense. I don't know what any of it means. I thought the mayonnaise one was related to the movie.
So did I! I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is he starting to undress, and now we have, like, mayonnaise as the visual
I thought it was going to be, like,
cum?
avert your eyes, like, because like, he's so white, he looks like mayonnaise. That's what I thought it was going, and I'm a little
Edward
disappointed it
Cullen
wasn't.
turns into diamonds, and this guy, it's mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that post where they, like, what if it was the same movie for Twilight, except for Bella was just high the whole time, and she just did not get, like, Edward's references of, like, why
that
he,
would
like,
be
he was
such
a vampire.
A better movie.
And eventually he just gets so sick of it, like, he just flat out tells her that he's a vampire.
That would be the best.
That would be hilarious. That would have made that movie so much better. So now we're just into repetitive shots of Carol, like, waiting and waiting.
She's just waiting in front of the church, smoking a cigarette.
And eventually she leaves.
She's wearing clogs. The 10th Street Church of Christ.
Oh, they're going to hold the exorcism.
Pretend it's my ex, and that we're exercising.
He's like, oh, okay. A vampire Jack Sparrow.
Not Jack Sparrow. No. This is a vampiric Hook from Once Upon a Time.
Okay, yeah, a vampiric Hook from Once Upon a Time. I can see that.
Vampiric, or is he fey? He's got the ears.
Some version of vampires have pointy ears.
Okay.
And I don't want this guy to be related to fae. I just don't. I wonder which coven this guy is from. Is this a guy from the Denali coven?
The Denali coven. He's being stalked by a specter? You mean the velociraptor? He's not being stalked by it. It's in him. Altair?
His name's Altair. And the original priest, the older priest, hasn't had to come to Altair in years since the war, which is ambiguous.
Were the creators of this movie Assassin's Creed fans?
Is this supposed to be the priest? Like, not this one, but the other one is supposed to be the younger version of the priest. Look at the wig.
Yes, I know. He's got a fucking blonde wig on and like a blonde stash. He looks... I feel like this is what Lance would have looked like in like 20 years.
That's unfortunate. I think this is supposed to be, they're trying to recreate Vietnam and not well.
Probably.
Oh, the priest had a girl waiting for him back home. Her name is Adeline. He's talking to, like, Altar is talking to the original priest like he's so much younger than him. And Altar's
You could
ears
have
were
5
round.
kids. Cool. 11 if we
11
jump from 5
kids!
to 11.
I want you to
You can
spend 15 minutes a
15
day
minutes
with
a
each
day.
of them.
That's not enough quality time.
No. 11 kids. My God.
Who the fuck wants 11 kids?
No kidding.
I love how like this guy is trying to give the older, the older yet currently younger.
Oh, he got shot while just saying that he's gonna make it through the war without ever getting shot, but yet is still smoking a cigarette.
Sorry. Forget what I was just about to say. How the hell is he alive then? If he just got shot in the chest?
I guess he became a vampire.
Okay. So turning into a raptor
Uh-huh.
means you have a specter following you, but becoming a vampire after getting shot in the chest from war?
Uh-huh.
Fine?
Yep.
For the
It must have been like a vampiric bullet, I'm assuming,
sure.
that shot him and turned him into a vampire. And then suddenly in the middle of
Who the fuck is that
Vietnam,
line?
like that's the person he wants to marry. The original priest wants to marry her.
She's gonna get shot.
Oh, she stepped on a landmine.
And she blew up in his arms.
Why was she in Vietnam?
Why are you cocking your freaking gun? Like, that's not gonna do anything. What was she doing in fucking Vietnam?
What was she doing in the forest? I don't know. Maybe she was trying to start a family? What does that mean? How do they think families are started?
I guess you walk into a forest and tell the trees, I would like a child.
And the trees abduct you a child and give one to you? Is that how it works? I feel like that's like you walk into the woods and ask the woods for a child. That's how you get abducted by the Fae. Like I just feel like that's how you get abducted by something supernatural.
Like, that is what I want to do. I want to go that way. Please take me from this reality.
Honestly. If you leave this dimension and don't take me with you, girl, I will claw my way through dimensions just to kick your ass.
See, when we finally decide that we're going to Ireland and Scotland, if I see fairy circles, you bet your ass I'm bringing you into every circle with me.
Like,
so we can disappear together.
Yes.
So when you say please don't do that, it's like no, we're gonna try every single.
That one we'll try. That one I'm willing to try with you. Like that one, we'll go through every weird doorway. We'll like go through all the circles and everything like that. So we're gonna have to bring our animals on this trip. You know that, right? Because I'm not getting stuck for eternity without my animals. So
that's true. Hey, maybe their lifespans will be longer in the Fey realm.
Works for me. Also, somehow we've changed from the chanting of Christian religion into Egyptian. With Egyptian, they have like Egyptian iconography everywhere, and we're having a seance instead of an exorcism, like they said they were going to. He feels
speaking foreign language.
You keep saying empty, but that's not the right word.
Cracking. Why did the priest call this guy? There's seance, there's tarot, there's and the priest is just like circling a piece of like tarot card around him. I feel hungry.
He's just yelling that he's hungry. He's turning.
I wouldn't be that close to him.
They had him tied up. He's doing just the chopping motion with his hand. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, and he chomp Father Stewart.
Oh, goodbye, Father Stewart.
Oh my God, you can see the gloves. You can see where the gloves end on his hands.
I can see it. I can fucking see it.
Jump, 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 jump. I guess he left the vampire alone. Like he took the look at the vampire and just went, no.
You're laughing?
Okay.
We have gone through so many things, and it's only been how long?
It's been 45-ish minutes. We still have like 30 minutes of this show left.
We're almost done, and
oh look, it's the Dragon Warrior.
Happened. The ninjas are back. Why is he Australian?
I don't know. And they're writing down their plan on how they're going to attack this guy as the guy walks off. He's pretty sure dinosaurs can't look up. Why wouldn't dinosaurs be able to look up?
I should stop asking questions, but the more I watch,
The more questions
the
you
more
have, yeah.
questions. Yes. Is he thinking about Carol in his raptor form?
Well, no, the one of the ninjas is thinking about the person he wants to marry. So, which is weird, but all right. I'm sorry, Nissan designs cars that look like swords. I've never looked at a Nissan vehicle and thought, you know
Thought
what
of it,
that
the
reminds
sword.
me of? Excalibur.
Neither have I.
These commercials keep getting weirder. Where did he get all the newspapers? He just broke into Carol's house and covered himself in a pile of newspapers? Like he
Dragons
thought that
through
was
the
going to hide
newspaper
him?
desk?
And he's like, I murdered Father Stewart, Carol.
Oh, are they gonna have sex now?
She put her hand on him. He's never had that happen before.
Jezebel!
He murders several people, and his only thought is, man, this chick that actually gives me the time of day is attractive.
Oh, they're gonna have sex. He's gonna be damned to hell now.
What
Have
kind of
time to think. You
montage
don't have
is
time
this?
to take unzip your pants. God. Awkward. Oh,
This is
she's
so
just
awkward.
unbuttoning her shirt, and he's like, "Oh God, I'm so horny."
Oh, I didn't need a close up look at his nipples. Gee. Oh. Oh, slow motion reaching. That's what this needed. Slow motion reaching. Sure. How many seconds of reaching for each other is there? That was at least 10 seconds of reaching.
Do you even know what to do, sir?
I'm
You
not
need a
even sure he
tutorial?
knows the words for the places. Good God.
I left my fate up to the crosswalk. I know it's a dream. Ew, don't make out with your eyes open.
Oh, more slow motion reaching. That's what this needed. And the color changing, too. Like, we're at some kind of slow motion rave. So that's all they do? Slow motion reaching for each other.
What the
She
fuck
didn't.
kind of splicing is this?
She only took off her shirt. She's fully clothed beyond that, and so is he. They didn't take anything but
No, he took
shirts
his
off.
shirt off.
She's still wearing a bra.
Baby steps, I guess. He's never touched a girl, let alone had sex. So
That's
making
valid.
out with
Why
in her
is
bra
what
and
is
panties
happening
for
in the
him is like,
background, though, the ninjas? Why are the ninjas what's in the background?
man, I wish I knew. China.
Did they just play the whole movie in fast forward mode?
Yes, yes.
This is so bad.
If you wanted to watch the movie, just forward to this part of it and play this montage. It's all you
Yeah,
need.
and you could just like look at the little like 10-second little montage of the movie just sped up at like 20 times the speed. Oh, why do I have a close up of his feet?
You're not into
Excuse me. I did not get an up close look at his ass either.
I'm glad he washes his ass though. There's no track marks.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
And
And I got another up close look at his nipples. I don't want that. Oh, a ninja. Ninjas. They came through the windows. He just gives them his hands.
And he just knows
He
martial
just reaches out for them and they just gently pull him up.
I'm sorry, Carol the hooker knows how to
fight ninjas.
fight. Yeah.
Carol knows how to fight ninjas. Oh, and they're gonna make out because Carol knows how to fight ninjas.
This is the most awkward
Oh.
couple I've ever seen. More awkward than Bella and Edward. You don't know who you're dealing with. What?
Oh, and
That's
the
so
ninja
ominous.
who took really just no bodily harm just dies right there after telling
Carol
him to remember
literally
his
just
fate.
pushed him onto the bed like 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Father Stewart's alive? He's
Who has
missing
an
an
eye
eyeball.
patch over his glasses. Over the glass. And he's sitting
Father
there
Stewart's in China?
with the head ninja. Did they just find anyone who could just speak another language? Like that was just their goal, as they just needed somebody who might speak Chinese. Also, he's pouring him tea, but that is in fact just water.
I know. That's
was-
just hot water.
That was just water. They're in a sacred place.
And he's speaking to
Which
Father
is-
Stewart in Chinese, assuming
And like,
Father Stewart knows Chinese.
and he says they're in a
Dead.
sacred place, and yet they're in a tent.
Not yet, but perhaps soon.
I'm sorry, but I would be a little insulted if the only reason they asked you to be a part of this movie was just because you just happen to speak another language, and then to use that language for this. And there's still just a dude standing next to that sign. They didn't even make the yin yang symbol correctly.
No, they didn't. They put the dots right in the middle.
And like, there's no, like, it's almost a straight down the middle division too. And
It's like, yeah, it's barely curved. People, get your shit right.
It's like they had to try and figure out how to make a movie without using any references whatsoever. Like, without any use of a book, another movie, the internet, or anything. What does drug smuggling have to do with Christianity? Everything, apparently, according to this movie.
No.
Why does everyone understand Mandarin Chinese? Assuming this is Mandarin. And yet none of them speak it back to him.
I know, right? Everyone speaks back in English and yet understand. Okay.
What they're doing is manifest destiny? What? That's not even in the right country. They went through all of the trouble of saving Father Stewart just to then kill him. They stabbed him with an arrow. They stabbed him with it. With a little rubber-tipped arrow, and now their little map, which was labeled with tape, is on fire.
I'm so confused.
I really wish we had somebody here who spoke Chinese, assuming this is Mandarin Chinese, but spoke like Mandarin Chinese, so that way they could tell us whether or not anything that they were saying was correct, or what the writing was saying, if it said anything at all.
Right?
Where did he get a leather jacket? So now the VelociPastor has a greaser's leather jacket. And his hairstyle is that way.
We went from... It's because he had sex. He had sex and he got a confidence boost, and now he's looking all cool.
Right. I must have missed the stage where when you have sex, you become a 1950s greaser. Did you have that stage? Because I don't recall anybody ever saying that happened, but clearly.
No, I didn't go through a greaser stage.
I mean, that's probably a good thing.
I've done rockabilly get-ups before, but it's never been my personality.
That's a good thing. Please don't change that.
That's too much effort, man. That's a lot of dealing with this hair that is clearly not cooperating, even though I just showered today.
Yeah.
You see this frizz?
Oh, yeah.
No one's coconuts work harder? Okay.
It's just... They keep using this one camera that has a fucking spot on it, on the lens, and it's just driving me nuts. It's like the bottom middle of it has this stupid, spot. Okay.
He's got nunchucks? Where the fuck did he learn how to use nunchucks?
He went to China, I guess, with his little nunchucks in his greaser outfit.
And now he recognizes the white man amongst all the Chinese people.
Oh, and the white ninja is his brother?
Whose name is Sam.
And we got a flashback of...
My only son. Yeah. Why is this brother sitting in the fucking trunk of the car?
And they called the pastor his only... the dad called the pastor his only son, but he had another son right there.
What the fuck?
Why does she have a kunai in her hair?
Call of God, and he did hand movement with the cross.
I don't know. If you have a kunai in your hair and you pull it out, you're just gonna cut all your hair off.
She dresses more like a whore now.
Yes, than she did when she was actually a whore. Yeah.
Leopard print jacket.
My dude, what do you mean the sword of your ancestors? You're a white dude.
White! For God.
Oh, and the hooker is just going to beat people. Yeah, she's beating people with her high heels.
And now she's wearing a leotard?
Yeah, it looks like a Cirque du Soleil style leotard. She beat
threw her
two
jacket
people
off
with
and threw it on someone to incapacitate them and then kick them.
And now she's facing off with more ninjas than this guy is.
Hi, Trixie.
Oh, special guest puppy. Special guest puppy. Special guest puppy. It's just climbed all over on you. Do you feel mauled?
So I've been sleeping on the couch.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to take a guest room.
Yeah.
And you're like Jules puts her in a crate, and I can't do that. Plus,
Yeah.
I told him like cool auntie mode has been activated, so
Oh yeah.
I didn't sleep because I got kisses to the face
Yeah.
all night long.
Yeah. Does she snuggle?
No. Like, she doesn't go on the couch and snuggle you. She just comes and, like, puts her whole face in my face, and I just get slobbered.
Aw. She's so cute. I love it. She just immediately went up and just put her paws on you and just put her face just, like, on your face. And just like, hello. Do you see
hi.
me?
Give me attention.
My dog does that, too, but there's a massive size difference between that dog and my dog. I don't think my dog, when she stands on me, could not keep me pinned to the ground. That dog is big enough that she could keep you there if she wanted to. She's like, snuggle time is now, not an option.
I have to brace when I open the door and she wants to go out for a walk. So I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah. She's a big puppy. Do you know how old she is by chance?
She's 3.
She's 3? Oh, yeah. She's still got that little energetic stage to her. Well, German Shepherds are energetic puppy dogs. So this pastor, who's now a greaser, whose hooker girlfriend is now a Cirque du Soleil fighter, Thor Hammer summoned his brother's ancestor's sword out of the ground.
Wouldn't it make it his ancestor's sword as well? Because they're brothers.
I mean, where are the ancestors? Why is it a modern-looking sword? Why is it a modern-looking sword with, like, Chinese characters on it?
And how are white people having ancestors in China?
And, like, he stabs his brother and
quite thoroughly.
And he looks like he gets covered in ketchup, watered-down ketchup, basically.
I was going to say tomato sauce.
That's fair, too. It could be...
Or, sorry, V8 tomato juice.
Yeah, that's the color. That's the exact color. Mm-hmm. And, so much has happened already.
Like, this brother is just spewing tomato juice out of his pores?
It's spraying onto the pastor, who's now...
Took way too much joy in getting covered in blood.
Yeah, way too much joy in stabbing, like, his brother to death. And she just somehow has, like, a black belt all of a sudden. Okay, what's happening? She's dramatically staring at the only ninja left, and now there's suddenly another ninja.
Why did the black ninja walk away, like, break away, scream at the crazy white lady, and then summoned another ninja?
Who is also still not Asian.
No. Honey, that is a loose fist. He's white!
She didn't move. She just stood there.
Try to block. She just fucking took it.
She just stood there and like, you know what? I'm done. I'm good. And it's like, it's not even that deep.
That hasn't. Oh my god! Yeah, that's not a deep gash. That's just like a dermis cut.
Yeah, like that's no. Oh, and now the other ninjas are sad that she's dying. The ninjas whose asses she just handed, like now they're sad that she's dying.
You're better than them. Like, you can't get that much blood out of that kind of cut.
It's a surface wound.
She's acting as though she got cut in the lungs.
Wow,
that was a wet one.
Oh, okay. So the hooker's dying, and
taking forever to die.
A severe paper cut, basically. And while he's covered in tomato juice, like the color of the blood that they used from what his attack and what's happening to her, drastically different. Like he looks orange now.
Like she's definitely got one of those like capsules in her mouth that she keeps chomping down on to like spew more blood.
I wonder how much of it she swallowed.
He's covered in tomato sauce.
I wonder how much of it she swallowed. Like, ew.
Are you gonna?
So she's dead, and he's really sad because the only person who would ever touch him is dead.
And the ninjas are sad too. Like they're crying.
The ninjas are holding each other and crying, and he's kissing a dead girl.
Necromancy? Come on, don't kiss the dead body.
Kissing a dead girl. Come on, my dude. Wipe the tomato juice off of your face. Also,
Again, Edward, he's kissing a dead Bella.
Why didn't he go into this as a raptor? Like, he's at no point turned into a raptor. He could have ended this so much sooner if he would have just started as a raptor.
I think he's going to change because I saw suspenseful music.
And all the ninjas are just staring at him. He believes in a higher power, but praying right now will never save. Like what? Save a file? They're all just staring at each other.
What the fuck
is
kind
that
of velociraptor outfit is that?
Is that a humpback
hump.
velociraptor?
It has a hump.
You can see the guy in the suit. You can see the guy in the velociraptor suit. You can see where they didn't zip it up fully.
He has a hump. Is this supposed to be the Quasimodo of velociraptors?
This is the Quasimodo of velociraptors, yes. Oh my god.
Now he's a turtle and can't get up.
Like, he's defeating the ninjas in his velociraptor homemade costume.
The part that isn't zipped up looks like just a vagina.
It does. They shot him with an arrow through the leg and it immediately turned him back into a person.
I mean, that I can understand. An extreme form of pain will cause you to, like, lose whatever form you're in. So sure, I get that. But the 8-bit...
Oh, you didn't like the little 8-bit transformation, like, magical girl transformation sequence? Yeah.
Raptor, person, person.
Uh-huh, yeah, definitely, like, very early, like, 80s magical girl transformation, yeah.
Master Wei Chen, whatever the hell his name is, goes down to the white, the white brother ninja that was his ancestor's sword. He's like, you will live, in paradise. And then he, cause he's touched his face where it's all bloody. And then wipes it on the dead guy's chest.
Oh, yeah.
And then walks away.
Did you notice that this bow and arrow, the one that's made for children, like, the string is made of twine?
Mm-hmm.
Just super bad twine. Oh, so now the guy speaks English. He has 6 last words. I think my hand is immune. And he then pulls the guy's head off with his little velociraptor gloves.
How long is he supposed to hold that position? It's like,
wow, look at that mannequin. Oh, they took a regular mannequin and just glued huge eyebrows to it.
Only through the elimination of violence will we finally be able to achieve world peace. How do you eliminate violence? With more violence? Stronger violence?
Dinosaur violence? Violence on mannequins? I wonder when they finished filming this movie and then they watched it for the first time, I wonder how much shame they felt.
He just had an ADD moment. He went, oh, Carol.
Like, but I thought Carol died, my dude.
Like, we witnessed her die. Like, why is it now an moment?
This is... Whew! I told you, this movie feels like you've been watching it for hours, even though it's just a little over an hour-long movie. There's just so many twists to it.
Like the vampiric seance?
The vampiric seance, yeah. The suddenly being in Vietnam.
To China and back.
Teleporting into your bed from China. So he took Carol to a doctor.
Why is the doctor wearing like a 50s headlight on his head?
I don't know. That has now fallen over his eyes. Oh, Carol's alive. And the doctor is fishing out used cigarette butts to smoke.
Such trust in the medical field.
So they're in the world's worst hospital. And he can see Carol. He's going to see Carol.
Doctor just let him go in. He's like, yeah, she's over there. Go for it, while he smokes a used cigarette butt.
Yeah. They're in a dentist's office, right? Like, that's just the vibe I'm getting.
That's not what she wore.
No.
At the battle. Why does she have a shirt on when she's supposed to be in like a recovery room?
And she has a chest wound?
Yeah.
She's fine. As it says on the screen in gigantic print, she's fine. In all caps.
Is he deaf now? What the fuck?
Why is every other scene of this girl her taking her hair out of a ponytail?
The church won't stop with Wei Chen's death.
And they're once again dressed like it's the 50s with a 50s car.
And his aviator glasses with his slicked back hair. Is that a cigarette, sir?
Yep.
You're putting. Oh, okay. I was saying you're putting it the wrong way.
That's what I thought too, but like it doesn't have a filter. There's $1 billion bounty on his head. $1 billion. They're gonna do what he does best: awkwardly make out next to a car.
Show me the velociraptor hand.
I hope they paid her a lot of money to kiss that man. Just so much money. Because, ew.
This is by far the weirdest one I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
Like, the moose one
There
had more backstory?
was more plot that made sense in the Moose movie, yeah. The Untitled Moose movie, I believe. Like there was more, like the plot in that made a lot more sense, had a lot more like. So, what did you think? Was it as stupid as you thought it was going to be?
I have no words for what the fuck I just watched.
That's valid.
Was
it worse than you thought it was going to be?
No, it was pretty on par on what I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I didn't know what to expect in terms of anything.
Yeah.
I just knew it was going to be bad.
I'm
sorry, I didn't expect it to be Dinosaur Twilight.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I've never looked at it as Dinosaur Twilight, but like I see it. DinoLight. It sounds like a weird version of Pedialyte. Or Dunkaroos, like something like a drink version of Dunkaroos or something.
Not Twilight, it's DinoLight.
DinoLight. Yep, that's what it is now. I'm gonna refer to this
instead of Edward and Bella, we have Doug and Carol.
Yeah.
Vampire kink is now dinosaur kink.
Vampire, but it had vampires in it, so they were just from Vietnam. So, or at least from a war in Vietnam. So, there is nothing that would make this movie make sense. This movie could be like 6 hours long and it would still not make any sense. And I'm glad it's only like an hour and 10 minutes. But you have truly watched the one movie, or at least one of the movies, that even I, in my love of bad movies, just think is the stupidest thing on the planet. Yeah.
So. Entertaining, because my face just went, what the fuck, the entire
time. Like the facial expressions were a journey to watch. So I love the fact that there were some of the commercials that were in this were so weird. We couldn't tell they were not a part of the movie at first.
I swear the mayonnaise one was the part of the movie.
I thought the mayonnaise one was going to be part of the movie because he was taking his shirt off and they're like, warning, if you dislike the sight of mayonnaise, avert your gaze. And I just really thought they were just saying that's how pale he was.
Like, it would have fit.
Yeah.
Like, I was fully ready to I don't know what direction it's going in.
I was fully ready to believe it. Like, I was just like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I get it. So, but yeah, this is a weird movie by far. By far one of the weirdest movies. Like, there's no words for it. There's no nothing. It's just, anybody who would like to go watch this can watch it on Amazon Prime. It's called VelociPastor. Just make sure that when
figure that out.
Just say to yourself, like, afterwards, that just, like, you wasted an hour and 10 minutes of your life that you can't get back. And, we're sorry that was a life decision that you made. It'll be an hour that you can't get back of your life. And we are sorry. But.
No, we're not.
If you do watch it, please play this podcast at the same time. Just, like, put one headphone in and watch it. And then
at the other headphone listening to us as we commentate.
Exactly. Just like one headphone listening to us, and then just like play the movie just so we can all have this experience together, because this is not an experience to be had alone. So.
No, and you must.
Oh, you must. Thank you guys so much
for joining in our DinoLight adventure.
And if for anyone who would like to read or watch something close to DinoLight, you can just go read Twilight or watch Twilight, because this is the dinosaur version of that. So
just again, instead of vampires, you have dinosaurs.
Yeah. Good luck, guys, if you decided to watch this.
Have fun!
Yay! Thank you, guys. Good luck. Thank you for joining us for what is truly one of the strangest movies of all time. And
enjoy Jurassic July.
And enjoy Jurassic July. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.